As you guys can see, we are literally playing Pokemon Sword on our Android device at 60 FPS inside the Citron Nintendo Switch emulator. Let's get started. Yo, what's up guys, it's Aptrix here. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the brand new version of Citron Nintendo Switch emulator for Android devices. Now before getting started, you guys might have noticed that now I have multi-angle camera, so moving forward the quality of the videos will be much better and I'll be able to explain a lot of things to you guys face to face. With that being said, let's get started. So right here is the official Citra Canary refreshed version 0.4 which was released just 2 days ago, and you guys will be able to see the release overview. It brings significant improvements to graphics rendering, implementation, memory handling and user interface. Compatibility particularly for titles like Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Super Smash Bros Ultimate, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD and more. So here in main changelog you guys will be able to see graphics and rendering, memory management, user interface. Modern dark theme has been added which I am pretty interested to try out. Nonetheless, shader compilation and other compatibility / performance improvements have been made. So in Android now we get main optimized version which includes frame generation and stability for supported devices. So right here I have already added the latest 0.4 version of Citron Emulator on my Android device. Let's just go ahead and open it and set it up. Let's tap on accept. Afterwards, currently I am able to notice that there are new buttons now, back, get started as well as next. So that's pretty cool implementation. Let's tap on next, let's tap on skip and import all the necessary stuff that is required to run this emulator. And after completing all the steps, Citron Emulator has been successfully set up on my Android device. Now for today's video, I'll be testing out this emulator on my Realme GT7 Pro which has a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. Now I have heard that Snapdragon 8 Elite is not really optimized for Nintendo Switch emulation, so that's what we'll be testing out in today's video. Now if some games do not work in today's video, then it's not the fault of Citron Emulator, it's the fault of my Android device. Just keep that in mind. Let's go to settings and check out what's new here. So we'll go to advanced settings. In system we get a new option which I previously talked about, use auto stub. This may improve compatibility but can cause crashes and stability issues, so you can turn it on if you want to, but the games that we'll be trying out in today's video are pretty good in terms of compatibility. So limit speed percentage we'll set it to 400. Go back, let's go to graphics. Resolution we'll set it to 0.75x. I can also notice that the font has been changed, or it might be just my Android device. Let's enable force maximum locks and asynchronous shaders. Aspect ratio stretch to window. Let's go back, and in terms of debug we don't really have any brand new settings, so I think all the changes are internal changes. Nothing new in terms of setting has been added. In terms of GPU driver manager, we only have system GPU driver, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 800. As you guys will be able to see, Snapdragon 8 Elite processor comes with Adreno 8 series GPU. So we'll be going with system graphics driver. No custom Mesa Turnip Adreno driver will work in today's case. In terms of theme and color, let's just go ahead and try out the dark theme which the developer said that has been improved. So yeah, definitely it does look better. Let's go back and start testing out our games in today's video. So the first game that we'll be trying out is going to be Pokemon Sword. Now at the top left corner you will be able to see an FPS bar. Now this FPS bar will change colors depending on how well is the game actually performing. So currently we are getting 60 FPS, so the FPS bar is in green. I am actually surprised that the game has successfully booted on a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor Android device. I did not expect it to work, but let's find out if it does go forward or if it crashes. So no guys, the game indeed goes forward and it is actually rendering properly. Snapdragon 8 Elite once again not optimized for emulation at all because there is no driver support and most of the emulators were discontinued long time ago, so we can't really expect much in terms of optimization. But still, I am very happy to see Pokemon Sword running on my Snapdragon 8 Elite processor Android device. So here we go, most of the things are actually being rendered properly. That's pretty surprising. I thought the game would crash, but here we go. Here's the moment of truth. Will the game work or will the game crash? Let's see. Snapdragon 8 Elite, please work bro. I'm really interested to see how well does it work. Well, here we go. The game has successfully booted. Once again, not expected. I did not expect Pokemon Sword to go in game, but as you will be able to see, everything is being rendered properly because I previously tried out some Nintendo Switch games obviously when I bought my Realme GT7 Pro, and most of them were crashing. That's why I did not expect Pokemon Sword to work, but as you guys will be able to see, the game is running at straight up 60 FPS, no lagging issues, but there are some rendering glitches. the game needs to render everything for some reason, but at least the game is working, right? I guess we can't really complain. So let me just go ahead and save my progress, so even if the game crashes, I'll be able to go back to the game save point. So here we go, the cinematics are being loaded properly. Let's go outside house to see how well does the game work. Now I have tested out this game hundreds of times on my Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor Android device, and in all times in open world areas I have gotten about 40 FPS max. That is, oh my god, we are getting 60 FPS. Just take a look at this, guys. The power of Snapdragon 8 Elite is so supreme. No graphic driver support, nothing like that, and still we are getting straight up 60 FPS. As I was saying, in Snapdragon, let's say 8 Gen 3 etc, I was only getting like 40 FPS maximum in Pokemon Sword in open world in these folk versions of emulator. But here you guys will be able to see I am getting straight up 60 FPS. But as we are not using any graphics driver, there are indeed graphical issues, as you might be able to notice. Just take a look at this. Like the shadows are not being rendered properly. So yeah, there is definitely graphical issues, but at least the game is playable. That's what matters the most in my opinion, and that too at very stable 60 FPS, at least on a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. So what do I think about this brand new version of Citron Emulator? Now the compatibility of new processor has obviously blown my mind away, so I would definitely recommend you guys to try it out on your own devices, and let me know in the comment section down below if I should test it out on my low-end Android device as well. And also Mali GPU Android devices, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. That's going to be it for today's video though. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification, and let me know in the comment section down below if you guys like this multi-camera angle view videos. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.